Welcome to the Angus Report, a news program for cattle producers.
From American Angus Association headquarters in St. Joseph, Missouri, we bring you the week's top headlines, including a proposed voluntary traceability system.
NCBA's Colin Woodall provides the latest legislative and regulatory news.
We discuss USDA's corn projections and management tips that influence market outcomes.
This is the Angus Report. Hello, I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Crystal Albers.
Our top news this week. The Cattle Industry Traceability Working Group has developed a framework for a voluntary incentive-based program for tracing calves and feeder cattle. According to reports, the working group spent the past 18 months developing the framework, which would support USDA's current animal disease traceability system. The proposed plan would rely on private, nonprofit oversight to assure confidentiality of data. It would also work with existing private systems that would currently provide age source and process verification services. The voluntary traceability system for calves and feeder cattle would use radio frequency ID and, sources say, allow producers to receive premiums for cattle qualifying for export or other value-added markets. The potential traceability system was presented during a cattle industry summer conference in Denver.
The congressional year is drawing to a close, yet there remain several issues in Washington, D.C. that could affect cattlemen. Issues regarding everything from immigration to veterinary oversight could influence management on the ranch. We spoke with NCBA's Vice President of Government Affairs, Colin Woodall, for an update on what's taking place on the Hill and what legislative and regulatory action cattlemen can expect.
Now, midway through the year, really it's all about Congress's next step this fall on Farm Bill and immigration. Those are the two big policy priorities for us and really for Congress as well. Immigration is a big one that we have been anticipating, involved in for quite some time, and for us it's two phases. One, we want to make sure that we have a very strong and robust border security program to protect all of our members down on the southern border with Mexico. Really, when you look at that entire border, it's cattle producers who are on the front line, and we need to make sure that they're protected. But it's also about making sure we have access to a legal workforce. In Washington, D.C., it's not just about Congress, it's also about the federal agencies in their rulemaking process and what they do to us as producers. We see just crazy rules that come out all the time, whether it's EPA talking about the regulation of ag dust, or here recently what the Department of Transportation has decided to do for over-the-road commercial truckers. After 8 hours of being on the road, U.S. Department of Transportation wanted to require drivers to pull over and stop for a 30-minute mandatory nap. Now, for us, that's a big concern because when we're hauling livestock, we need to get them to their destination as quickly as possible. And moving down the road, providing the airflow through the trailers helps take care of our animals. And on top of that, it's about the shrink, the amount of weight that we lose on these animals every minute they're on the road. So we have worked very hard to try to get USDA to delay any further work on that particular rule. So far, we have gotten an extension, but we're also working with Congress to try to stop it dead.
USDA's August crop production report contains smaller than expected forecasts for the 2013 U.S. corn and soybean crops. At 13.8 billion bushels, the corn crop forecast was 242 billion bushels smaller than the average trade guess. Forecasted corn area to be harvested was unchanged from the June forecast at 89.1 million acres, with average yields forecast at 154 bushels. USDA lowered the projection of feed and residual use by 50 million bushels. The marketing year average farm price is projected in a range of $4.50 to $5.30 per bushel, 10 cents higher than last month. The September report is due out the 12th.
The Federation of State Beef Councils recently celebrated its 50th anniversary during the Cattle Industry Summer Conference in Denver, Colorado. The 45 qualified state beef councils comprise the Federation, which collects the dollar per head beef checkoff. The Federation was developed to build beef demand by supporting an effective checkoff partnership.
If it's been in existence for 50 years, obviously producers have seen a need for promotion of the product and demand building, which is exactly what we've done for the last 50 years. With that, that's what we're going to continue to work on in the future as far as building demand for beef and beef products, not only domestically but worldwide. I think we're going to see the program continue to build. Yes, we have declining revenues, but that doesn't mean the quality of the programs has diminished. Probably means the quality of the programs is going to get better. Maybe not the number of programs. So as we get more focused on targeting our millennial group and how we change our approach to advertising and promotion for that group, I think we'll get better and improve on that.
The Angus Foundation has introduced the Angus Foundation Lifetime Giving Program. The American Angus Association's nonprofit subsidiary is recognizing lifetime giving supporters who donate at least $25,000 collectively to the Angus Foundation since it was established in 1980. Angus Foundation Lifetime Giving supporters will be recognized on the Angus Foundation's website and in the annual report, newsletter, and Angus Journal beginning in the fall of 2013. Lifetime Giving supporters will also receive lifetime invitations to the Angus Foundation's annual supporter recognition event. Visit angusfoundation.org for more information about the program or for a list of donors. When the Angus Report returns, we bring you our popular Story of a Steak series.
And we get an inside look at the American Angus Association's election of delegates.
Visit angus.org to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.
The Angus Report is brought to you by Merck Animal Health. Why not prevent respiratory disease before it steals from your bottom line? Vista Once protects your calves with the most complete respiratory disease coverage available. And Vision Blackleg vaccines can add 14 pounds per calf at weaning. Contact your veterinarian or animal health supplier today.
Join the team, the Beef Quality Assurance Team. Getting BQA certified shows you're committed to practices that produce the highest quality beef in the world. And by visiting bqa.org, you can take the online certification course at a time that fits your schedule and from the comfort of your home or office. You'll also find lots of helpful tips on improving animal health and animal handling practices. Get certified, BQA certified, because it's about doing the right thing. Visit bqa.org today and become a member of the BQA team.
As dependable as the sunrise, in dairy parlors, open pastures, on ranches and feed yards across America. A place where reputation is more than a name, where the science of healthier animals is a way of life. It's the responsibility that drives who we are and what we do. Every decision, every day. It's your livelihood and our responsibility.
My name's Terry Poston. I've worked at Keystone for 33 years, worked here all my life, earned a good living. If we invest in America, then I keep working. It's good for our economy, it's good for everybody. I see red brand tags that I put on fence when I started 33 years ago, still hanging on fences. I like to be able to say, hey, I come from the plant where I work.
We know what's in your fence, and we've got the steel to prove it.